Hello and welcome to Module 5 of the Caledonian ADI Masterclass. If you're a Caledonian PDI, this is your final hurdle, so congratulations on making it this far. If you are a PDI with another company, then welcome to Caledonian. And if you're a qualified instructor, then welcome also. I hope that you will find this content useful as you're preparing for your standards check or just looking to develop your knowledge going forward. If you are coming to this module from outside Caledonian, I should add that we have 4 other modules available in this ADI Masterclass, and there will be links available somewhere below this that you can click on to help with your own development. The target audience for this module is PDIs who are perhaps getting ready to start a training license, or who have a Part 3 test booked, first, second or third attempt. But also, as I say, qualified ADIs who are just looking to improve their knowledge of coaching and client-centered learning as it relates specifically to the marking sheet. Module 5 is all about the marking sheet and the 17 competencies that go to make up that marking sheet. So the goals of the module are to increase your knowledge. It really is as simple as that. I've been delivering driving instructor training for a long time, and since 2014, when the criteria changed from the check test to the standards check, we've got to know the form very well, the marking test very well, and I'm always consistently surprised when I meet driving instructors who have perhaps failed a standards check or a Part 3 test. I'm always consistently surprised when they perhaps don't understand why they haven't achieved the marks that they wanted to achieve through not fully understanding what the marking sheet is looking for. So that's kind of the motivation behind this. The goal is to maybe to demystify the terminology of the competencies, the wording, the language that's used. One of the ways that will help to demystify it is by looking at obviously the marking sheet itself, but the driver standard, the driving and riding standards, which is the document that your standards check is based on, and the Part 3 test. So that is the standard that we all have to adhere to, we all have to aspire to, and we have to meet to make sure that we're doing our job effectively. Some other tools that we will rely on as we go through the module, as well as the driving and riding standard, we'll be looking at the ADI 1 document. If you're not familiar with the ADI 1 document, that is the guidance for driving examiners, which tells them how to mark and how to assess driving instructors on the standards checks and on the Part 3 tests. And it takes them through each competency one by one, and provides some really good insights to us as instructors and trainers about how to get good marks. The structure that we present this module in does not exactly match the structure of the marking sheet, and that's quite deliberate. You can watch these videos in whatever order you want, but the way that we've presented them as Caledonian is the way that makes sense to us in terms of the way a driving lesson or a training session is delivered. The 3 sections are still there underneath. The 3 sections are lesson planning, risk management, and teaching and learning strategies. They are all still there. They still exist, obviously, because they're on the marking sheet. But we have probably split it into 2 main categories and then a final category of kind of supplemental ones. This will all become clear as you work your way through the course. But the main thing to know is that you should have a copy of that marking sheet in front of you as you go through the module. But be aware that we're not going to go through it from top to bottom in the order it's presented there. We'll be doing a lot of skipping around. And that in itself should help you get a better understanding of it and realise that, for example, just because you have agreed a goal at the start of a lesson doesn't mean that you can tick that off and forget about it because it's at the start. So the goals can change as we go through. So that's one example of why we've decided to play around with the order. Another example would be reflection, which is actually the final competency on the marking sheet away at the bottom. But in our module and in this series of videos, it is the first one that you will watch, because we believe that everything that comes in a driving lesson comes from reflection on the previous one. So that's why we do that. A couple of examples there, and it'll become clearer as you walk your way through the module how we think about these kind of things. Each of the videos, so there should be about between 15 and 20 videos, I think. 15 to 20 for 17 competencies sounds about fair. I think possibly some of the competencies will take 2 videos. But if each video is roughly about 10 minutes long, there are some competencies that don't need 10 minutes. So roughly between 15 and 20 videos. I'm aiming for 10 minutes per video, so nothing too strenuous. You can watch these one at a time. 10 minutes is about the length of a YouTube kind of tutorial video on any subject. So hopefully you find the kind of bite-sized chunk element useful. And something else that we'll be discussing in the series probably towards the end, once we've gone through all the competencies and the best practice, will be the kind of guidance around coronavirus. Obviously, since coronavirus, the way that standards checks and Part 3 tests and Part 2 tests are being conducted has changed significantly in terms of how we set up the sessions, in terms of what happens when you arrive at the test centre. So I'll talk a little bit about that. I can't stress enough that you really must watch the video on the guidance and read the guidance from the DVSA before you go for your test, so that you're not surprised on the day by what's happening and what the examiner's expecting. If you have any questions on the course, there'll be contact details somewhere below this video. You can contact me via the website if you'd like to discuss any of the matter, any of the content further. We'll be happy to help. If you would like some in-car training that focuses on any of the stuff that we talk about in this module or any of the other modules, the other 1 to 4 modules, then we can arrange that as part of our ADI development kind of syllabus. We don't just train Caledonian instructors. We support and help train and develop loads of independent instructors and instructors from other driving schools. It's a big part of our business, and we are happy to help anyone who's keen to progress, keen to grow, keen to just improve their overall offerings to their market. We're here to help. Please get in touch. I hope you enjoy the module 5 on the marking sheet. I hope you find it useful. I hope you find it a little bit different from all the other ones that are out there. I know that there are other trainers around doing this. My goal in this is to present my knowledge in the way that I understand it, in the way that I train the Caledonian PDIs and ADIs. I would thank you for taking the time to watch what we're doing as well. It's taken a lot of time to put together, a lot of thoughts gone into it. Yeah, I'm going to stop talking now, so I hope you enjoy it. Thanks.